In this video, we're gonna unlock how to build trust in order to exchange email addresses. Starting an email list from scratch is extremely intimidating. You don't have a brand yet, people don't know who you are, and obviously giving out their emails is one of the sensitive informations that you cannot convince a stranger. But in this video, I'm going to show you how to grow from 0 subscribers to your first 1,000 email subscribers. So you can see that email marketing is not dead, and it does have future even in 2024. According to this case study, email marketing has by far the highest ROI, return on investment, compared to other marketing channels like SEO or even paid advertising. And you know from there, having a lot of emails can get you closer to turn your leads into your loyal fans. So let's get into the video. So tactic number 1 is to have free quizzes and tests on your website. Have you ever wondered why people are so hooked to free personality tests? It is because people love finding out things about themselves. So free quizzes and tests still work to this day to collect emails because you're providing either a very fun or very educational experience for your users. For instance, maybe you are in a spiritual niche and you have a zodiac personality type quiz on your website where people actually want to find out more things about themselves, and at the end you get their email addresses. So that immediately ties to your brand and also give the user some sort of uniqueness or a unique experience where they can build trust with your brand. If you're new, I really recommend you guys to start out with maybe a simple WordPress plugin where you can actually set up these quizzes for yourself, or find out third-party softwares like JotForms. I recommend having somebody on the team who is a little bit more technical, so he or she can set it up for you, and all you have to do is to promote the quiz and make sure that a lot of users are using the quiz to eventually give their email addresses to you. Step number 2 is to give out free templates. It can be a simple Google Doc, a PDF, a PowerPoint, or a Notion template. Check out mine in the link description below. And simply just share your workflows, share your tactics and tips or shortcuts that you use regularly in your workflow. I've been really vocal about having Notion templates for myself because I've been using this for 3 years and it allowed me to become more efficient. So if you have something that you can just give out for free, create a template around it and match it with the right type of content to actually encourage people to sign up. Templates and so these sort of SOPs or standard operating procedures are super useful because it immediately builds trust with your audience. They know you how to use it. They trust you because you have created it. You immediately help them to be one step closer to their goals, either to live happier or work simpler, or kind of just get them ahead in whatever goal you set them. Anyway, so try to think outside of the box a little bit. Think about templates and workflows that are not just a Canva ebook. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you loud and clear.
Tactic number 3 is to host events. I don't want to just talk about webinars or a Zoom meeting that is very simple to set up. This time, I want to challenge you guys to create local events around your area, especially if your client or your company is a service-based business or selling products like a local area. Why? Because creating those workshops, it provides value to the community, immediately again builds trust to people around the community where people can meet you or meet your employees and kind of see what your company stands for, etc. From my personal experience, I was a Toastmaster in my city for 3 years, and I see that over time, the community has been growing and growing. Why? Because we are setting up these in-person events only twice a month, and not only does it drive emails, but it drives more members, which is the conversion for those type of communities. And the more consistently do you show up, the more trust you build in your community or in your city. The growth is just inevitable from there because your future customers will refer you to other customers too. This is the perfect opportunity to create better connections with your leads and turn them into paid customers. All right, tactic number 4 is to create social connections before you even launch your newsletter. As you heard from this podcast snippet, Steve was giving out and sharing a lot of SEO insights before he launched his famous newsletter, SEOnotebook.com.
Prior to starting the actual email list, like I mentioned, I was pretty active in some of the Facebook groups for SEO, primarily SEO Signals Lab. as a place that I was frequenting since around 2017. I just shared my own value in that group. I always did my best to help people in that group. If they had questions, I'd be the person giving like way too much time and providing answers and just showcasing my knowledge for people there. I added a bunch of people as my friends on Facebook as well. And when it came time to launch my SEO notebook, I had already a reputation in those communities for being somebody who is knowledgeable and helping people.
In this case, you cannot immediately launch something if you don't have an audience. I guess this is one of the tricky part of building an email subscriber list from scratch, is that you need to create some sort of audience first, or some sort of fan base that would actually like to subscribe to you in the first place. But you see from his growth is he went like an exponential growth by creating a personal brand just through a newsletter. But that required him to invest his time to build connections online. Tactic number 5 and the final one is Facebook group. The Facebook groups can be a great way to collect emails, because in order for people to join the group, you can set up a form so that people actually sign up with their emails first and then they join the group. Now that means that in order to make the group extremely fun, you have to build it up to a certain number of people, and you need an assistant to actually screenshot those emails and save it somewhere. I believe that Facebook groups is the least convenient way to actually create an email list, because people still use Facebook to this day, and Facebook is not gonna go away anytime soon. So keeping up with your Facebook community, if you're a community-oriented person, or your SaaS company or whatever company you're working for has a community, just do it. So my extra bonus tip that has been proven is to actually publish a book by yourself. Unlike ebooks, publishing a book requires a lot more knowledge, a lot more experience, and obviously a lot more time. Setting up an ebook that I have, for example, on my website takes me not too long. But in this case, look at Alex Hormozi's $100 million offers book. That took him a long time to write, using his experience to build his personal brand. The reason why I think this as a bonus tip is because I believe that in order to do this sort of work, you have to have more experience and more wisdom and more just hands-on stuff to actually write about. This is a great tip. Why? Because once people actually buy your book, not too expensive on Amazon, which you can self-publish, then you can create a great story, you can create a very valuable book, and at the end or during the book you can actually leave some hints for people to contact you to work one-on-one, or contact your company to do whatever call to action you need. So self-publishing books is also a very high converting lead magnet, I guess, but it requires more experience, and if you're a new brand, might as well go with the first 5 that I just mentioned. All right, so that's it. My name is Annie, and I'm on my mission to become a chief marketing officer someday. So in this channel, I'm gonna share about marketing tips, a marketing career, and how to grow as a marketer. I have a podcast called The Aspiring CMO, where I invite successful entrepreneurs and marketers to share their journey and how to become better at marketing and advertising. So yeah, thank you so much for staying this far into the video. If you like it, make sure you give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you're new. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!